Oh, hey, we're live. Hey, that was 3 seconds of me humming like an idiot. Welcome to the show. Our guest doesn't know it's AM, not PM. So who knows if he's going to show up? It's going to be exciting. It's real. It's a mystery. Ooh, it's going to be a mystery. But welcome to the Eric and Rodney Show. Oh, the mystery edition of the Eric and Rodney Show with Robin. We used to be presented by offensively creative Dinsmore, Steele, and Villari, but I think we're shifting to being presented by the Eric and Rodney Show. We have services now that you can buy. You should go to the ericandrodneyshow.com. It is amazing. You're going to love it. Buy some stuff from us. How you doing, boys?
Read the copy. It's incredible.
Oh,
I have a quick question.
I
have a quick question. I love to ask questions. I actually made a post recently about it on LinkedIn, but here's my question. What's going to happen if he shows up at 9 p.m.?
Well, the other question is, who does a show at 9 p.m. on LinkedIn? Why would you do 9 p.m. is a weird slot, although maybe you should give it a shot.
Is Howard Stern, isn't it a night show?
No, it's a morning show.
But here's the difference, Robin. That's a great question. Before we get into the holidays, I just want to, because I know we got a couple minutes here. I want to clarify things. Howard Stern could put a show on. He could put on a 24. He could do a Christmas special, and people would tune in. We could show up to people's houses to do a show, and they would call the police. So there's a little bit of a difference. I just want you to understand.
Now, I think Howard had a rough go of it. I'm sure the first 6 months. We're getting there. Yeah,
that's right. We had on a very good guest yesterday, Brian Esposito. Hello, Brian, if you're watching.
I think Brian is the key to our kingdom. If ever we are going to get a kingdom, it's going to be on Brian's.
I think Brian. You ever see those? You ever see those janitors? Brian's a janitor, and they have those keys. I think Brian has a key ring like that of just keys to kingdoms.
Can we get one of those keys? Can we get one of those goddamn?
Well, and one other bit of news, right, is our good friend Brandon Steiner. He was arguing with Gary Vaynerchuk the other day on who invented the everything bagel. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Brandon Steiner has a sit-down interview with Mike Tyson. He's best friends with Mariano Rivera. He can get the core five on stage for the Yankees. He's arguing with Vaynerchuk about Seth Godin and bagels. I mean, it was on our show. How is that possible?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
How did we afford him?
A rumor has it he's just giving out $3,000 to anyone. So
that's true too. If you ask him for $3,000,
Well, I got a job at Shake Shack since then. I'm now working a double shift, waiting for somebody to come in. Woo! That can help.
Brandon Steiner.
And I bet Brandon knows the guy that started Shake Shack. So.
Brandon Steiner knows everybody. People from New York, man, they're very connected. We have some news stories, but you want to talk about the National Day today? It's a shit lineup again, but I wasn't going to allow that to stop me from doing a bit on the National Day today. So you ready?
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Today is International Day of Radiology. Okay,
this can't be interesting.
Robin, I'm glad you said that because I did a deep dive into radiology because I fucking care. Okay, so here, I'm going to tell you what's fascinating about radiology. You ready? I'm going to give you a course on radiology and why it's interesting. Radiology, X-rays, was invented in 1895. 1895. Photography was invented in 1839. So you have about a 50-year span where we can take pictures, which I still don't really understand how photography works. From seeing you from the outside to seeing you on the inside. Indoor plumbing, Robin, was not readily available until the 1930s, which means that we could see inside of you before you could take a shit inside. That's crazy. Also, toilet paper. Toilet paper wasn't invented until 1857, 60 years after radiology. You know what they used to use? Corn cobs and seashells. Corn cobs and seashells to wipe your ass, Robin. Okay?
And corn cobs sound like a great idea. It sounds like they really get in there.
Yeah, but better than toilet paper? And how many corn cobs do you need? And what do you do with a corn cob after you wipe your ass? You got a corn cob bucket? A used corn cob bucket?
Yeah, I got to be honest. I feel like that would just be common sense. Wouldn't you just use leaves?
They said whatever was around, but most commonly, like seashells do. What do you do with seashells with shit all over them?
Yeah, I mean, you're just sitting there and being like, oh, God, I got 50 seashells in my pocket.
What am I going to do with them? I'm going to wipe my ass. Okay, so photography, I started thinking, I don't know why I went down this rabbit hole, but I was like, okay, so photography was invented in 1839. Guess when the first nude was taken?
1839.
1839, here it is.
Now, 20 minutes later.
Don't get too excited.
Nice.
Don't get too excited. So this is called The Drowning. He was trying to make art. It's the first nude. The second nude was a naked lady. It's much better, but I could show this on the show. Anyway, radiology is important because it can show all kinds of things like tumors and broken bones, but it can also show fascinating things that people shove up their assholes. This happens all the time. Have you seen this? Okay, ready? Number one, a cassette tape.
Were they trying to play it? Or
they're like, I don't know how this works. I know this. Once it's up your ass, it can never be played again. There's no way that this is going to
They got confused how to rewind.
Yeah. Someone misplaced your Def Leppard Hysteria tape. Like, where? Oh, it's up my ass. I put it somewhere where I wouldn't
Here it
forget.
is.
All right.
Poopers.
Robin's never even seen a cassette tape, let alone shoved one up his ass. Number two, fidget spinner. Why would you shove a fidget spinner up your ass?
How could you get it in there? I don't
know. What angle?
I feel like when you're able to get a fidget spinner in there, it's like they're just laying there and you're just like, what can you throw in there?
You
know,
this is something else that you can't play with after it's been up your ass, I think, right?
No more fidgeting.
Guys, where do you keep your keys? You keep your keys on a hook? On a hook near the door? In your pocket? This guy shoved his key up his ass.
Sounds logical.
You don't have one of anyone's head in their ass, do you?
Unfortunately, no. But I will say this. You know how I know Modelo is truly the number one beer in the United States? That is the Modelo bottle. That is clear. It's not a Bud Light.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Modelo bottle. Yeah, that's all I have on radiology. Although it is also National Harvey Wallbanger Day. You guys have ever had a Harvey Wallbanger?
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I didn't see any shares on the radiology day.
No, this has 372 shares. This has 0 shares. I know, but radiology has given us so much.
I feel like radiologists. I feel like if it was International Day of Radiologist.
Oh yeah, okay. So the radiology, yeah, no, you're right.
Because here's the thing where I think they went wrong, right? Is that no one's going to go in and be like, "Where's the radiology machine? Thank you, sir,
I appreciate
or ma'am.
that.
Thank you,
but the radiologist
machine." Yeah.
Don't you think if you shoved the fidget spinner up your ass, you would do everything in your power to get it out before going to the hospital? You know what I mean? Like you would not want to go and say, "Listen, doctor, I don't know how it happened, but I think I have a fidget spinner up my ass." You know,
I feel like I feel like at that point you just be like, you know what, I'm going to do 2 or 3 of them. Let's go for gold.
Not
one fidget spinner, but 3.
Your hand up your ass, is it?
What's that?
I don't think it's as easy as just putting your hand up your ass. It's hard to get out.
A fidget spinner? Oh my God! Can you imagine? It's like a fish hook. How do you get that out? I don't think it's coming out the way it went in, or it isn't. I don't. Oh my God! This is why, again, you remember how I said on a different show, doctors should be paid more based on how gross the body part they specialize in. If you're a proctologist, you gotta fucking remove Modelo bottles from people's assholes.
They're like, Eric, what's on your mind today? What's on my mind, dog? It's what's in my ass. I got real problems.
The glass aspect too. What, like fidget spinners, cassettes, keys? All right, but glass? What if this breaks?
They're like, no strain, Ricky. You're gonna kill everything.
Easy now, easy.
Don't kick him in the stomach. Don't fall.
Oh yeah, my dear God.
You should have had a koozie around
it. So to keep it cold, the human body's warm. That's not gonna be drinkable after
getting this much mileage out of this story.
Exactly. See, you didn't think I could do anything with National Radiology Day, but I fucking.
Well,
yeah, it's his first day here, apparently.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Eric and Rodney Show with Robin.
You're not the only one doing a deep dive on this.
Hey now.
Oh, we got a comedian here.
Mm-hmm. Can I just tell you a commode? Hey now. Can I just tell you too that this is merely the first page of Google of if you Google things people shoved up their ass. This is page 1. It goes on and on and on forever. I don't have the bandwidth.
We should start a website called Things People Shove Up Their Ass.
You would be
shocked. The winner of the week.
Oh, Matthew Campbell's here. There's a StreamYard link in the invitation.
He's here.
Well, you're here in spirit.
Hey, you made it.
Go to the email, Matt. There's a StreamYard link. Click on that and then log in. You want to go to the first news story while we wait for Matt?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Oh, sorry. Let me get the key up the guy's ass off the screen.
Okay. So this story is kind of near and dear to us because I found love on Bumble, Rodney on Hinge, and Eric on Craigslist. So, okay. So it's about the CEO of Bumble. Her name is Whitney Wolfe Herd, and she actually became the first self-made female billionaire at 34 years old. That's quite young.
Yeah.
So I think this woman alone is responsible for millions of relationships around the world, and she made the online dating apps a safe environment for women to date. So she was the co-founder of Tinder. She was also an executive at Slack, and then she went off to make Bumble. So she's stepping down as CEO, but she also wants to make sure that it gets handed down to a person that has the best interest to take care of women on dating apps.
I think this is a beautiful story. First, or the youngest female self-made billionaire. You know how? Because she won the hearts and minds of women, the way that Target and Taylor Swift and dogs in this show, we've won the hearts and minds of women all across the country. To your point about it being safe. So I've never been on Bumble, but from what I understand, the women make the first move. Yes. And in the article, it said that you're not allowed to cyber flash. And I've never heard the term cyber flashing, but as it turns out, that means dick pic. But this was a BBC article, so they're too classy for the word dick pics. Did you know that, though, that you can send dick pics on Bumble? It's illegal. Did you know it's illegal in all of England to send dick pics?
Yikes. I have a question, though. So hold on. Let's back up. So she created Tinder, Bumble, and Slack?
No, she only worked.
And she's still working?
Nope.
She co-founded Tinder, actually. She did. She worked at Slack, but she created Bumble. And she's only 34.
Because I got to be honest, Slack is a godsend. Tinder was pretty good, and Bumble was good, too. So what's her name? Michelle?
That's
Whitney?
I don't know her name.
Well, one last thing I want to say about this is...
she's incredible.
Wait, this picture, doesn't she kind of look like Jeff Bezos with a wig on? I mean, come on. A little bit.
Jeff Bezos is bald-headed.
Pretty cute. I don't know. I thought she's vaguely attractive. Jeff Bezos would like. All right, maybe it is Jeff Bezos. I wouldn't put it past him. He's a fucking evil genius. Okay, but she's handing over the keys to Bumble from
the same woman.
Yeah, why can't I talk? This lady is handing the keys to Bumble to this lady. This lady used to work at Slack. My question is, Slack is essentially instant messenger. What is so difficult about running something like that? Slack has 2,545 employees. We use Slack. It's instant messenger, right? Why did we go away from instant messenger? Did you guys, Robin, you're too young, but Rod, you had AOL instant messenger, right? What was your name?
I think it was Notorious ROD.
See, everyone had hilarious names. Mine was God's gift to women, but all the O's were zeros. That's the only way I could get it.
That's good.
Notorious ROD. Yeah. So, Robin, you met your girlfriend on Bumble?
I did, yeah. So, we both like each other, but you can't message them until they message you first. That's kind of how Bumble works.
Interesting. And then, so she messaged you, and how long have you been together?
Close to 2 years now.
Wow. Do you find it weird that she you're getting laid because of this chick? Like, the world's a crazy place, isn't it? It's directly responsible. Yeah. Is this what the inside looks like?
Yeah, it looks exactly like this. It does.
Robin, I think that that you owe this lady a nice message. You should see if she wants to work with us. Tell her you know what, you should reach out to her and say, "Come on the show. I want to tell you my story."
Well, I did call her Jeff Bezos with a wig, so.
And then here's the other thing. And then you know what? I have a crazier idea. You and your girlfriend can get married live on the air.
Oh my God, that's a great idea.
That's a great idea. Tell your girlfriend, see what she thinks. It's good.
You know what you guys should do is hide the rings. Hide the rings somewhere special. Don't you think that'd be a fun?
They're like, "Where's the key?" And they're like, "I've been sniffing around. Where is it?"
I have no idea. Oh. Okay. Well, while Matt figures out how to get in here, let's. You want to do the next story? This one gets me all fired up. Hold on. Read this slow because I got to pull up 8,000 pictures because I got all mad about this.
All right. So over the past 5 years, there have been a lot of people that are moving from.
Oh, look, Matt made it. Holy shit.
There he is.
Hey, guys, sorry.
Matt, I got to tell you, the confusion between AM and PM doesn't say a lot for the actors. You know how they say about you guys? Not too smart. I feel like we had 8,000 emails going back and forth. You refused to leave AM.
Yeah, this is crazy.
That's all right. Listen, it happens. Okay, hold on. I'll introduce you, but let's I gotta get all into Sarah Neckabee Sanders real quick. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So the story's about over the past 5 years, a bunch of people have been moving from blue states like California, and they're going to places like Arkansas. So now you guys obviously know America much better than I do, but the surveys claim that people are just fed up with politics in blue states. There's more freedom in other states, not the blue states, a lower cost of living, and more family-friendly quality of life in states like Arkansas.
Okay. I'm going to take issue with this article. Hold on one second, because it's crazy. Sometimes if you apply facts to certain situations, how the truth kind of bears itself out. Okay, first of all, this is the dumbest article I've ever read on Fox News by the dumbest person that's ever written an article on Fox News. Second of all, she is fucking vile. She's 80% neck. The only one I've ever seen that has more neck is 3-time Super Bowl winning champion linebacker Ted Johnson for the New England Patriots. Tell me they're different people. Look at the fucking necks. Jesus Christ.
Actually, hold on. What about Ed from 90 Day Fiance? You ever seen him?
Ed has a bigger
He looks
neck.
like a thumb.
Ed does look like a thumb. I should have pulled up a picture of
now,
Ed.
Here's the question: can you go back to the picture? Is that Mike Huckabee in a wig?
That's the other thing. Like, I know you're not supposed to like body shame, but fuck this chick. She's so full of shit. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna break this down. So she says that people from California are moving to Arkansas in droves. Okay, here's the facts: 32,000 people moved to Arkansas last year. 10% of those are from California. California represents 12% of the U.S. population. So that bears out. If you take 100 Americans and they do anything, 12% of them are from California. That's how statistics works, you big fat idiot. Number 2, she goes, there's less crime. All right, fuckface. Let's look this up. Let's look at the top 10 murder rates in the United States. Mississippi, Louisiana, Kentucky, Alabama, Missouri, South Carolina, blah, blah. Arkansas in the top 10 in crime. So they just, they're cracking down on crime. You're in the top 10 when it comes to crime. Second, education. Ooh, Lord of sweet Jesus. They just passed an education reform bill. You know why? You're in the bottom fucking 5 when it comes to education. You should be passing reform bills. You're a bunch of morons. Number 3, she goes, healthcare is 15% cheaper. Well, this should fucking be, because you're in the bottom 10 when it comes to life expectancy. Of course it's cheaper. A hooker with 1 tooth and 1 leg is cheaper than a hot hooker. That's the way the world works, you dumb fuck. And number 4, she goes, everything's cheaper. Of course it is. You're one of the poorest states. Look at this. This is reverse, so don't get all excited. It's in it's in the top 10 poorest states. So once again, hold
on a second. Are
Yes.
you saying that a Republican has lied to us?
It kind of feels like a Republican is skewing the numbers for their own benefit. And if you apply any monochrome of research, it's all going to crumble. I know, it's crazy.
Can I tell you when I knew it was?
Yes.
I didn't even need to read the story. When Mike Huckabee was selling those pills, those weight loss pills and the sleep aid pills, I knew Mike's lying.
Well, he didn't give any to his dumb daughter. That's for fuck sure. Oh, this article was the dumbest thing ever. And then she goes, listen, you know who's from Arkansas? Al Green, Sam Walton, and Johnny Cash. Like, holy shit. The guy, I mean, that is not exactly
and her.
I'll give her Bill Clinton. I was a fan of that guy. Anyway, sorry, Mike. I just got all excited about Matt. Sorry. Oh my God.
He's all to pieces.
It was a good rant.
She has the audacity to write an article that is solely based on 0 facts. Like, how dumb she's calling out things her state is exceptionally bad at. Just choose something that is good at, and I can't argue.
And where was this article?
FoxNews.com.
So let me make sure. I'm a little slow. So you're saying that Sarah Huckabee wrote a fictitious article on Fox?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time believing it as well. Yes.
Let's see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen.
Wait, so I do have a question on the story. Since I've never been to America, and when I eventually do want to go there, what's the first state I need to go to like get the full American experience? And it's not just like.
Well, what kind of American experience do you want? Because we're
like,
a very divided nation.
Yes, I want Donald Glover singing "This Is America" in my head. That America.
Oh, gee. Oh, okay. So you want to burn a
That's
cross?
a Hollywood say it.
You want to burn a cross, fuck a cousin, and drink some moonshine? New York City. I don't know. Go to New York. Matt, where are you? Are you in Iowa? No, you're in Texas. He's in Austin. You should go to
Austin. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Austin is Austin is like a liberal enclave in the middle of a conservative state. So perhaps that'll give you the
South
whole
by Southwest. Cass lives in Austin.
South by Southwest, food truck festivals. What else is going on?
It's like the live music capital.
Live music capital.
Austin City Limits.
Yeah.
Tim Ferriss.
I
Joe
did notice
Rogan.
when I got to the airport, they had these huge guitars, like by where the carousel is, where you pick up your bags. And I saw it right there. I was like, oh, okay. It's the live music capital of the world. Sweet.
So do you think that's a good place for a nice kid from Manila should go?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Could be worse.
Come on. I mean, I've only been here for a day and a half, though. So, I mean, I can speak to LA. I can speak to San Francisco and some other places. But here I might need a couple days.
Well, Robin thinks San Francisco's a war zone.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, the media says it is, so.
I can tell you this, Robin, don't go to fucking Arkansas. You'll get murdered. Here's the top 10 states you should not go to. Mississippi, Louisiana, Kentucky, Alabama, Missouri, South Carolina, New Mexico, Georgia. South Carolina, Rodney. What is going on there?
Well, I'm in North. So
yes, I know, but the Carolinas are like best friends.
You know who we got to ask? We got to ask Dan and Winnie.
Yeah,
what kind of crimes they're down there? What kind of crimes they doing?
Can I point out one more thing? Look at the number one state, Massachusetts. And ever ask yourself, you should go, how is that guy so fucking smart? Well, look at this. Not that I was raised there, but anyway, we're going to get to Matt Campbell. He's an actor, producer, screenwriter, author, and fitness model. I don't know why you don't have that on LinkedIn. I would have that everywhere. Maybe because it's so obvious.
Maybe I should,
I'll edit it for you when we're done with the show. Plus, we're gonna address that in a second. But let's go through the news stories. Also, Matt, I don't know if you tuned in, but people are shoving crazy things up their ass: a cassette tape, fucking fidget spinner,
a pumpkin,
a key, and clearly this is a Modelo bottle because Modelo is the number one beer in the country.
And I'll have to say, a friend of mine. So my mom's a nurse, and I have a lot of friends in that field, and some of their stories are shocking.
I know.
I mean,
it's crazy, right?
I think most of them are from Arkansas, but
So the numbers are lying.
Right. So I think the numbers are. I think she downplayed it a bit. I think like there's probably. I mean, was that list about people shoving things up their rectums, or?
I was just saying, this is a failing on my part. I didn't look up craziest shit shoved up asses by state, and I will the next time you come on. Yeah. God damn it!
I don't think California's number one then.
No, probably not, which is surprisingly enough.
Well, we don't know that. I mean, I'm sure in San Francisco, people are shoving some wacky shit up their ass.
It's a war zone, we heard. Robin said it was a war zone. Dwayne Reed it was a war zone at Dwayne Reed.
Oh, okay.
All right. What else do we have in the news? Oh, we have a nice California story, a celebrity story.
Okay. Yes. So when I say Megan Fox, the first thing that pops in your head probably isn't poetry. For me, it's her scene in fixing up a car in Transformers, right? I think that's like the first thing everyone thinks about when they hear Megan Fox. So she told People magazine in an interview that her career has felt like it's been a long witch hunt. So she's trying to switch careers and get into poetry, and her theme is dark. It's about being in a toxic relationship, and it's something all women can relate to. So obviously she knows how to make money. She's following the Taylor Swift business model, isn't she?
She's singing.
Yeah. Here's the thing too. I'm glad she wrote a book of poems because I only read poetry from chicks that were in the Expendables 4. They're my favorite poets. Who gives a shit about Megan Fox?
Well, can I say, is she still dating Mascara Brush Kelly?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, she is. Look at this. Oh boy,
I think they're getting married, right? They're engaged now.
I don't know, but here's the thing. She calls it a witch hunt. First of all, I think you're overblowing. No, but nobody's hunting you, Megan Fox. Nobody gives a shit about you, I think. Yeah. But otherwise, she has terrible taste in men. What'd you call him? Man, who?
What is that his name? Mascara Brush Kelly? What's his name?
So she's banging Mascara Brush Kelly, and she also dated the dork from 902, or married the dork from 90210. Remember this show?
Which dork are we talking about? Steve or the other one?
I forgot Ryan. Steve was the dork. Matt, how old are you?
31.
No, so you didn't watch 90210, did you?
No.
You might have watched the new one. The new one he saw.
The new one. Yeah.
They remade it.
Yeah.
And then it got canceled.
The first Playboy I ever got access to was the one that Shannon Doherty was naked in. So I have a soft spot, a hard spot in my heart for 90210. Anyway, I was wondering why we should give a shit about Megan Fox, so I looked up her filmography. So if we could discuss this real quick, I will give her Transformers, Robin, absolutely fucking smoking. I think she was pretty hot in Ninja Turtles too. But other than that, she was in The Dictator. I don't remember that, and I've never seen any of these other movies.
And Midnight in the Switchgrass. That's the one where she was in for 15 minutes with Bruce Willis before when they discovered that he couldn't, like, he had Alzheimer's or whatever's going on with him, right?
Which one?
I remember that movie, Midnight in the Switchgrass. I never saw the movie, but I remember like it came out that he had some kind of disease or whatever where he couldn't make out people's faces or remember his name or something.
Man, I heard that he's not verbal anymore, and that sucks. Bruce Willis is a national treasure.
Yeah. He's amazing.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie, by the way?
Yes. Also, Hudson Hawk. Did you ever see that movie? I love
Hudson Hawk. Is
good. Great. Yeah.
He's in fucking Pulp Fiction, which is like, that's a top
The Last
10.
Boy Scout.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. Amazing movie.
Yeah. Anyway, this filmography is fucking awful. This is worse than Jada Pinkett Smith's. That's another chick I don't understand why we.
What about Jennifer's Body? That didn't resonate with you?
Just the lesbian scene, which I've watched like 8,000 times, but I didn't watch the rest of the movie because I'm a normal person.
Jennifer's Body.
She makes out with what's her name, the blonde chick there.
Speaking of when she was in Transformers, what's that weird guy that was in it? Shia LaBeouf. What's he up to these days?
Hanging
out at the gas station.
Matt, you're in Hollywood. Is Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, what's Shia LaBeouf doing? Is he an In-N-Out burger?
No, I think he's directing. He's producing. He's kind of in a lot of different spaces, from what I understand. And I did catch him on a podcast. So I think he's trying to kind of revamp what's been happening with him. The whole like meltdown.
He needs to come on here and explain to us what's happening.
This show revives careers.
Yeah.
What's that?
This show revives careers.
Beautiful.
We
got a couple of people jobs.
That's true. Except for this, really? There's no helping Megan Fox. I will say this about mascara, mascara sticks. Whatever. He was really good as Tommy Lee in the Motley Crue in The Dirt, that Netflix. Yeah, he's fucking great.
Was that him?
That was him. He was very, very good.
Wow.
The movie was terrible, but he was great.
Yeah. That's cool.
Wow. Oh, can we do all right? This dumb one more before we get to Matt. This is dumb shit. This annoys me too.
About the news?
Yes, like everything else in the world, fucking annoys me.
Yeah. So yesterday was a very big AI news story day, and we agreed that some things we think could benefit from a complete AI takeover. But it's important for us to still draw the line sometimes. So we know AI is also slowly being integrated more and more into military command and control. And they're now saying there might be a decision to hand over the big red button to AI as well. How do you guys feel about this? This is kind of crazy.
No.
This is how I feel about it. First of all, this is what happens in a nuclear blast, according to Terminator 2. By the way, your skeleton maintains integrity and holds on to the thing. This is why this story is stupid. I looked this up. I don't know this, but a nuclear blast has a detonation radius or a death radius of 0.5 mile. I don't think we need to get AI involved. If you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be precise. It's 0.5 mile. You kill everybody within a 0.5 mile radius. We need an artificial intelligence. No. Yeah. Here's the other thing, though. This is another Fox News story. They don't even pretend to be journalists anymore, because look at this. This B6113 variant is designed for heavy blast against nasty targets such as underground enemy nuclear missile sites. That's you, China and North Korea. This is journalism. That's you, China and North Korea.
Is this Sarah Huckabee again?
Sarah Huckabee Sanders also wrote this piece of shit.
So here's what I understand, right? They got rid of Tucker, who was wildly popular, and brought in Sarah.
Yes. Moron after moron after moron. So the other vaguely interesting thing about this article, which I didn't know, the Japanese city of Kokura was supposed to get the second nuke, but it was smoky that day because of a steel mill. So Nagasaki got it instead. That's a small twist of fate that ended up, let's
changing the world.
I know. Hundreds of thousands of people died and lived because of a little smoke. Who'd have thunk?
Like, so pollution saves is what I'm hearing.
Pollution saves lives.
Yeah. We found out the other day, Matt, I don't know if you tune in, I'm sure you do, that India is going to take us all out with firecrackers. And now we've learned that pollution actually saves people. So a lot of eye-opening stuff today, guys.
So they'll be the last thing standing then.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right, Matt.
Places that are more polluted than India, so.
India is the most polluted. Yeah, well, I could pull up the chart. But I have to pull up other things. Hold on. Okay, we're good.
It's also from Sarah Huckabee then?
Fucking Sarah Huckabee. How do we get her on this show?
Do you remember that time she wore a green dress and she did and people were like putting things again, like these guys were swimming while she was, because she had on a green dress. Like it's just because of the green background, you could put anything on it, right? You had like Donald Trump playing golf.
The green screen.
Can I just ask one question, right? Because I played pickleball and I played tennis and I've been active. I played golf. Why in the world does he wear all white when he plays these sports? I'm just asking for Robin. But why does he do it?
Why does the most delusional man in the world do delusional?
I just don't understand why, coming from New York, when we already know black is the most forgiving, and that is a color for all seasons. Why in the world are you wearing all white to anything, unless it's a white party?
How do we get Donald Trump on this show? All right, listen. I want to, before we start. All right, so let me go through this. Matt is an actor. Yes.
Yep.
Producer.
Mm-hmm.
Screenwriter.
Yes.
Author. And fitness model. And because I think Strife is good for ratings, Robin also does some modeling. So can we just we compare and contrast 1 second?
Oh no.
Hold on now. Hold on. Robin, look at, I see it in Robin's eyes. He's all to pieces.
Robin can't even look at the abs on the right.
Oh.
So what do you got? You guys don't drink all night every day and you stay away from Hot Pockets? How does this happen? Because this ship has sailed for me.
I actually just had Hot Pockets last night, to be honest with you.
You had Hot Pockets last night and you still have abs?
Yeah.
Hot Pockets.
Did you sprinkle cocaine on top? How the fuck do you eat Hot Pockets? I don't understand.
Cocaine and ketamine.
Instead of salt.
It's a hell of a drug, man.
Yeah, no shit. Look at you two, though. This is I'm gonna call it a tie. Listen, we gotta get.
If we were in the real world here in a studio, we'd have to have a push-off contest.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do?
I look nothing like this now.
No? What do you look like now? No. Take it off, Robin. No, I'm gonna do a LinkedIn poll and we're gonna vote for the best abs. What do you guys think? All right. Matt wrote a book. As a matter of fact, look, I bought it. This is a kind of professional journal. Hey, look at that. You're welcome. Amazing. So you're on a book tour and you're in Austin. So you were you're studying Austin. Yep. And it's not just Austin. You were in Iowa. I watched that clip.
Yeah.
You're touring the country signing books. That's crazy.
That's crazy, man, because we can't even read. But that sounds great.
I was under the impression there would be pictures. Rodney, don't buy the book. There's no pictures.
I only read pictures.
Oh, okay. Well, you know.
I tried coloring it.
What I want to do is I want to eventually do an audiobook. So then I'll definitely send you a message and then it can be read to you. So
Rodney loves audiobooks.
I do love audiobooks.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start from where
let's talk about it.
Where you came from and how you got here. So I read your bio. Your parents got you involved in theater to get you out of your shell. Yes. And you played Tiny Tim. Classic role.
First role, yeah.
That dying little cripple boy. And then
now this was when you were a child. This wasn't in the picture we just saw, right? That didn't look like any that didn't look tiny, and that didn't look like anyone named Tim.
This is his version of Tiny Tim.
That looked like jacked up Rambo. So this was at the end, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. So you're involved in theater, and then what happens? You decide that you're going to pursue it professionally, yes?
Yeah. I had a close family friend down here that basically was my mentor. Basically sat me down and said, "This is what you need to stay away from. This is what you need to do." And he helped me strategize. And I started. I was on tour with Disney. Did some films, did some television, a whole lot of commercials, and kind of went from there. And then my friend encouraged me to do some stand-up comedy. So I got on stage and told some jokes about, there's a lot of jokes with Disney. Like the High School Musical tour was, there was a lot of craziness.
Wait, you were in that, so that's what you were doing with Disney, a High School Musical tour?
Yeah. And then from there, basically a comic approached me about writing jokes for him. Wrote some jokes, ended up creating a show called Bits and Pieces, which is on YouTube.
I saw some of that,
yeah. A real fun show. And then from there, I just kind of combined this wild Vegas journey that I took with my buddies into the Vegas movie that I always wanted to see and wanted people to read about. So that's kind of how the Sinister City kind of took shape.
You're involved in a ton of shit. So, all right, let's back up. So you made the decision. Where are you from originally?
I was born in Lodi, but spent some time in San Fran and all that up there. Yeah.
But so at some point you have to bite the bullet and move to Hollywood and to pursue the dream, right?
Yeah.
Is Hollywood as fucked up as everyone makes it out to be? Like, is everybody all fucking damaged?
I mean, aren't we all damaged, right?
Not me, but the rest of you.
Everyone else.
Everyone but you in the world. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
I feel that it's a tough industry, and there's a lot of scrutiny, which I think can affect mental health.
Mm-hmm.
When you put under the microscope constantly and everyone's judging you, I think that it does affect you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we do comedy, right? We want to make, we want to get out of that whole seriousness and make people laugh and bring joy to people's lives, So I think that, I guess the short answer is yes and no. There are some kind of messed up things about it, but overall it's wonderful, and that's why I want to be involved in it, and that's why I like it. And
I always like that you could drive in LA, right? Like because I'm I'm serious, because I'm in New York, and it's like for probably 6 years I didn't drive at all. You know what I mean? Like, where are you going to drive to?
Yeah, but
by the time you get your car out and you go somewhere, you could have already been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was in Sydney for about a year and a half, and I didn't drive. And Sydney was kind of like New York in that aspect, where it just didn't make any sense to drive. So, I mean,
it's like in New York City, people will be like, "I'm going to get a cab everywhere," and it's like, just take the subway. You're never going to get anywhere. It'll take you 2 days to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Can I test run a theory by you that I just came up with? So in Hollywood, like if you're going to pursue acting, probably you're attractive, right? Most, like all the hottest people must go there because that's what hot people do, except for Steve Buscemi. Somehow he's famous. But could it be that all these hot chicks and all these hot guys who've always, like, listen, life is easier when you're attractive, right? Then you get somewhere and then you start to get rejected by people because there's even hotter versions of you. And that must be exceptionally difficult. Because everything's been easy. You've been hot, the hottest chick in high school, hottest guy in high school. Like, you played football, you ran track, right? You played basketball. And then you get to Hollywood and all of a sudden people are rejecting you. It must be like, what the fuck is this shit? Whereas ugly people constantly rejected. Do you think that is harder for hot people?
I mean, I was kind of like I was the jock on the outside and the theater geek on the inside.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, growing up doing theater, it's like the rejection's already kind of part of it. So that didn't like mess me up. I think some of the guys, though, I think they're models, and then they make the transition to acting that has never experienced rejection. I think that really messes with their head. But if you're kind of if you're the nerd theater kid who gets rejected all the time, and you just happen to be also athletic, so it's kind of like a conundrum. So I don't think it affected me like some of the people that you may come across.
Like it has Robin. Yeah, like it has Robin.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great example.
I'll be completely candor. So I did some modeling. I also tried to get into acting. So somewhere out there's a videotape recording of me doing an audition. It was fucking horrible. I never got a call back. So
wait a second. So you're
gotta find it.
At least you didn't sell feet pics on the internet. Oh, wait a second.
Oh, wait.
Robin's tried a lot of things. He's an industrious young man. He's gonna crack the code one of these days. So you moved to LA, and are you shocked at the condition of the people and the things? Like, was it a big transition for you?
I think the first year and a half, kind of navigating through things, it was kind of I mean, I was lucky to have my mentor Rob that kind of walked me through about how I'm supposed to conduct myself, what to stay away from. And a lot of people didn't get that. They just have to guess. And then, a lot of people, it really ruins their careers because they make a bunch of dumb decisions and never get to where they need to get to be successful. I think a lot of it is your drive, because the competition's so fierce, which is another reason that I want to create my own things, because I'm not beholden to someone hiring me. I'm like, I created this project. I'm going to be, maybe not the key decision maker, but I'm going to be, this is my baby, and I'm going to decide how this is shaped.
Right. So with the auditions, do you have to audition constantly to make money? Like you're obviously you've written books, you moved to Australia, living there, so you're getting work. But
Yeah.
How many auditions do you have to go on to survive? Like, is it constant out there?
So a lot. Well, I think the key is with the side hustle.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So you have to have like some sort of other like side income, whatever that may be. And I think people kind of decide how it's going to work best in their lives, because you could just be like 1 year just hot, like you just constantly booking, and then for whatever reason, your talent level hasn't changed, your look hasn't changed. It's just the stuff you're going in for, just it's not the right fit or whatever it is, and so you got to have something that's going to consistently pay the bills, you know.
And if you're a guy, OnlyFans probably isn't an option. So you write books. So that's
you could do Hallmark
yeah,
movies. What about Hallmark movies? I like the Hallmark movies. Jesse Metcalf does one every other week, right?
Who does?
Yeah,
that guy Jesse Metcalf. I always see him on there. He's always doing
Jesse
these.
Metcalf. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always doing these Lifetime movies. They must pay well because the lady from Party of Five. And I got to tell you, people love that stuff. They have their own channel. Yeah. I was at my mom's like over the summer, and I just was blown away. Like, it's like a whole industry.
Yeah.
I watched your reel. So you've been in music videos, commercials.
Yeah.
You did the bits and pieces. So you've been in a lot of stuff. What's the dream? Is the dream an Academy Award? Like, if you're an actor,
is this the dream?
Yeah,
this show?
Have you
so I'll tell you. So the dream for me is I want to be like the next like Stallone.
Oh,
okay. So I want to create my own projects. I want to star in them. I want to develop them. I want to be like regarded as like a great writer and a great actor together.
Because he wrote Rocky, right? He won an Academy Award for Rocky.
He's written all the major franchises.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and then you have Matt Damon, right? He wrote Good Will Hunting, right? Him and
Good
they said him and Ben Affleck, but let's be honest, I don't think Ben did a lot. I think that was a lot of Matt.
No, but I don't like Ben Affleck, but he was good in Good Will Hunting. He was
really
good.
I think he's great.
Once they cast him as Batman, I lost it. Like a fucking chubby Batman from Boston. I can't wrap my head around.
Well, he said the other day he hated being famous. He said he hated it. He said it was good for Disney World because he doesn't have to wait in line. But beyond that, he wasn't a fan.
I mean, we're not famous, so I can't really speak to a personal experience. But I think fame would be unbelievable. Get to sleep with whoever you want. Get all the best drugs. No lines. No worrying about money. Isn't that? I mean,
now, lines? Are you talking about cocaine? Or are you talking about? Disney?
No. Lots of lines of cocaine. No waiting in line. I feel like waiting in line is the worst thing in the world.
Well, for the audience, we just had to clarify. I think, right?
Oh, they right. No, I'm a huge fan of cocaine.
For the children.
For the children
watching.
Lots of lines. No waiting in line. But that must appeal to you too, right? It can't just be the art. It has to be the perks of the thing too, ain't it?
I mean, I think comes with it, but I mean. I think your focus has to be on creating art, though.
Do you think that was what Megan Fox was focused on when she was in Transformers? She was just like, "Hey, it's the art of doing a car washing scene. How do I embrace this character with my ass hanging out?"
I mean, hey,
Hey, I'm not criticizing her. That was the best part of the movie. So then you decide to write too. So this is your first book, right?
Yes. So I've written the book. I've also written the screenplay, and I've written about since this book came out in 2021. I've written 3 other screenplays that I'm looking to produce and get out.
Wait,
there.
These them?
Another one.
Yeah, look at the look, dude. I do my home.
Yeah.
What about this? Yeah, look at me. I did things. So, but let's go back to this. This was halted. The movie production was halted because of the writer's strike. Is that right?
Well, the development. So it's like a whole process. But because you had the writer's strike and now the SAG strike, which is still not resolved, and so until that's resolved, then we can start to kind of pick up the pieces and kind of start to move forward. But until then, which is
what's this story about?
So if you can imagine, The Hangover meets Goodfellas meets Superbad, rolled up together. It's an action comedy.
There's no Jonah Hill, right?
Is Jonah Hill going to be in it?
I don't like Jonah Hill.
There is an inspiration.
Okay, an inspiration's okay, but not him personally.
He's much different, but it's
okay. Good.
That raucous attitude that.
Now, who are we playing? Do we have our characters mapped out, or?
I'll bring you guys in for an audition. You can, and Robin will direct the scene. And
That I will.
we'll bring
Robin
you
is
guys
an air traffic controller, and that's his side hustle. I don't know if you could tell by his headset. So,
Yeah.
do you have this? Do you have this thing cast? Is it ready to go? Or are we just waiting on the writers to fucking stop dicking around?
It's not with the writers. Well, like I said, it's in the early stages of development. So right now we're like talking to sponsors and getting. We've got a director, and we're kind of getting the pieces together and getting organized. And then it's it kind of moves from there.
So how does the money work? You wrote the book. Did you get an advance for the book, or did you just write it? Then did you self-publish?
Yeah, it's interesting. That's a good question. The advance, the only time they really do advancing as far as the writing, from what I was told from the publisher, is if you are basically giving the book to the publishing. You're basically almost like selling it, right? So then you're not gonna have creative control.
Okay.
So creative control is the name of the game, especially if you're going to do a film adaptation off of it. So what I did is I took a deal where I paid them a sum of money. They put the book on 30,000 online retailers. And then from there, that's, about, I don't know, 8 months later, that's when Barnes & Noble kind of got involved with me. And then, that's when with the tour kind of began, which the first stop, as you know, was in Des Moines.
Yeah.
So basically, what's great about the book tour is we're creating awareness of it, because your first book you're not known in the literary world in that sense, so you have to basically show it to everyone and say this is what's out there, and kind of use it as a tool to bring people and get people excited about, oh my gosh, this movie's going to be epic, I can't wait, I'm going to read the book now and get excited about it, kind of thing.
So is that how you get the word out? So you're a new author, obviously. So is the way you get your name out just simply doing things like book signing? Because it must be like, do Americans read? The whole thing has to be difficult, right?
Well, it's a lot of work. I have a publicist working with me, helping me book events, and things of that nature. It's not just only the book signings. Like there's going to be, we haven't scheduled this quite yet, but it's coming in 2024, which would be doing readings of the book. I'll be doing talks. Basically, because it is a college comedy, we'll be going to different universities and getting everyone excited about what we plan to do when we're able to with production.
God damn. All right. So you're doing this, you're getting people excited. If you are gonna go start a movie, where do you start? Like, so you have essentially, you have the book, you have the screenplay. Like, what happens now? Who do you talk to? Because it's gonna cost money, right? Like, how much is this whole thing gonna cost to do a movie?
Probably looking at about $30 million.
How the fuck do you come up with 30 million?
So it's about, again, getting people excited and people seeing, oh, I can see this is, for instance, The Hangover had a $35 million budget, made around $420 million.
Oh, so you just need to do that. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Well,
right.
you have to show value and say we're gonna attract the similar audience that's gonna love this story and want to see it over and over again, and tell their friends and tell their family and tell everyone they talk to come and see the movie, and it's gonna gross, and everyone's gonna be making a lot of money off of this who's involved in the project. So it's about kind of showing that to people who are like, okay, that's a solid investment. I can get behind that investment.
And who invests? A movie studio, or do you have to like crowdfund?
Could be anybody. Like right now, it's things took a turn with like the strike and everything. So we're kind of we're gonna have to reorganize. With the pandemic and then the writer's strike, then the actor strike. So it's you got to get reorganized. You got to get
you got to put it all back.
The excitement. And then when they see like people are out there buying the book, they're seeing it all over social media. They're like, I want to get on this now. So I'm going to see the fruits of the labor later on. It's like with Barbie, right? The movie Barbie. I know that's one of Robin's favorites. He was telling me.
Robin did see Barbie, by the way, just so
Honestly,
you know.
yeah,
I
did.
Ken
It
right
was
there.
good.
Yeah,
It was
he
good.
loves
I
it.
loved it.
He did crunches
Yeah.
the entire time. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
So that made $1 billion, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like obviously that's very few films gross that high, but you want to show value of this could be the next big thing, and you want to get involved with it early, because the people who are getting on it early are going to make the big money. And this is my baby. I believe it's going to be very successful. If you look, there's not a whole lot of comedies out there.
I don't want to interrupt, but I often lament the death of the big comedy, because some of my greatest times in movie theaters was when I saw Borat, when that shit came out, and the South Park movie, crying, laughing. Jackasses. If you went to see one of the Jackass movies in the movie theater, it was fucking hilarious.
Or Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop. Yes.
Those were good.
These two don't even know who anymore.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, like going to a movie theater and everyone laughing. It used to be amazing, but there's no big comedies anymore. It's fucking weird.
No.
Yeah, well, we want to change that. And
the last one was Oppenheimer, right?
Oppenheimer was hilarious. It was a laugh riot. I couldn't get enough of it. But aside from that, it's been like 10 years before anything made me chuckle in the theaters. The only time I go to movies now is fucking Marvel movies, which I don't dislike them, but there's nothing funny.
Yeah, I just feel like they keep making the same movie. Yeah, of course.
Jackass in a theater. I know you weren't
born. They used to have a 3D one. They used to have a 3D. Remember?
I thought you had to get that from like a shady video dealer, like Jackass in theaters.
Jackass the movie was.
Jackass was produced by MTV, Robin. MTV runs the world. Please, come on, it's Viacom.
It was mainlining hilarity right into your dick hole. It was the greatest thing I've ever. Dude, if you could go back to 1999 and go into a theater, like honestly, if you buy a time machine off of Amazon and if it works, go. That's all you need to do. It was amazing. All right, so we get this movie made, and then what? Like, is the hope that it goes and is shown nationally in theaters, or like is Netflix? Like, what happens now if you're not Barbie, if you're not an Avengers movie? Like, how do you get out there?
It's a lot of work in getting people. The whole purpose of the book tour again is promoting it, so everyone's excited, and people don't want to miss that opportunity. So you're probably going to have to get a lot of different investors. And then there's kind of two ways you can go about it. You get a bunch of investors, you make a great independent film, you bring it to film festivals, and then you get a studio that says, I want that. That's going to be huge. Let's buy it.
So when we see a movie at Cannes and they're like, it won 25 awards and the people were crying, and then like it comes out with Fox or, I don't know, whoever someone bought it. Is that what happened?
I mean, it's one of the ways you can go about it.
That's actually pretty smart. I never thought of that.
Yeah. So that's the way you can maintain creative control. Because if you go with the big studio,
so it's a product, and then they buy it, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So that's I think this is a very commercially sound, this project. So it could definitely be like it's definitely gonna like rival The Hangover. The people who like it and like The Hangover and saw it over and over again are gonna see this movie over and over again. In the same way.
Is Galifianakis attached to it? Because I would go. I fucking love Zach.
I would love it. I would love it if you wanted to be involved. Hell yeah, yeah.
I got his number. He's
comedian.
Constantly sending me dick pics, so I can set you up with him if you want.
Yeah, he's really funny.
He obviously wasn't in England when he sent those to you, though.
That's illegal. It's very illegal.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do that.
You can't cyber flash in England. They're more sophisticated people than we are. So this is the thing too, aside from comedies, like if you look at movies that used to be in the theater, 1994, I know two of you weren't born, but it was like you had fucking Pulp Fiction in the movie theater, Billy Madison. Yeah, me and you were in our mid 30s. Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction. Like you don't see movies like this in fucking the movie theater anymore. So like, I don't know. How do we fix this? And what happened? Why can't independent movies do anything today in the movie theaters? And how do we fix it?
Well,
Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, Miramax. He did a lot of those movies.
Well, I think this will bring the big comedy back.
Okay.
And this is going to be one of those things where it's a fun ride. You're going to get, as you've read the books, there's a wide variety of age ranges that are going to be excited about it. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have the people who like grew up watching Goodfellas and loving the whole mafia angle. You're going to get people who love the super bad hangover aspect. You're going to get people who are professional gamblers who love the gambling aspect of it, and there's just something for everybody in it. And everybody wants to laugh, and there haven't been, as we just been talking about, any real big comedies where like, oh my God, when is this coming out? I have to wait 6 months. Oh, that sucks. I want it to be that kind of excitement of like people just can't wait for this to come out.
As a professional actor, can we go through who are your top 5 actors? We talk about actors on the show all the time. I'm not sure why, but they always come up.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, Brad Pitt. I love the way he's iconic, right? He does comedy, drama. He does all kinds of different things, and he's always solid.
Do you want to hear my take on Brad Pitt? No man has ever been more attractive than Brad Pitt in Interview with a Vampire. Now, listen, I'm very straight, but he looks so much like a beautiful lady that I think you know what I mean? Just gorgeous. Lady. Brad Pitt in Interview with a Vampire. Gorgeous. All right, what else? So Brad Pitt's number 1. Who's next?
Sure. Who's 2?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Oh, Johnny Depp. Very attractive.
Somebody said yesterday that Robin was
What?
giving off a JD vibe, remember?
Okay, yeah, there you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was the best compliment I ever got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who said that? Nice. Who said you were the Asian Johnny Depp? Somebody, was it yesterday?
It was Brian,
Brian.
He knows his stuff, too. All right, so Pitt, Depp, who else?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
I love the comedy angle. He always blends these roles, and there's always something a little quirky and comedic. I just think that's amazing.
I think he is great as Star-Lord. That's Star-Lord, right, Chris Pratt?
Yeah, Star-Lord. Yeah.
You got 2 more. You know what I like about you don't have pretentious answers. You weren't like Orson Welles. Like nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like you're giving real, honest a list. A list I can get behind.
I was watching this thing on Instagram. I was like, I watch a lot of manifestation type of things because I'm manifesting this baby of mine into existence, into the reality, into everyone's homes, you know. And
that's what you got to do.
2025 is the goal. And authenticity is the most attractive quality that a person can have.
I thought it was a giant authenticity.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, this is well, that's your opinion, but this was backed by science, which I found very
I'm a man of science.
We don't listen to no science around here. It's all religion.
Right.
Well, they're measuring wavelengths.
Yeah.
And say when someone like made you laugh, or you just liked how they presented themselves. But the number 1 was when someone's authentic. That gave, that person, I'm drawn to that person. So I always try to be as authentic as I can. And so I'm giving you the list of people that I admire their work, their drive, like everything about them. These are hardworking people that consistently put out really high level movies. I feel.
I agree with you. I always feel like I'm a pretentious dick, but I think the best movie in the world is Billy Madison. I think it's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious.
Adam Sandler's a genius, and he's I'll give you my next 2, and he's on there.
Nice.
Michael Caine and Adam Sandler.
Michael Caine. Oh shit, Michael Caine. Michael Caine was Scrooge in A Muppet Christmas Carol, and you were Tiny Tim in A Christmas Carol. Have you ever?
Hey, there's a connection. But he is. If you haven't read his book, it's amazing. I can't think of the title off of my head, but I've read it twice. And he talks. He's just so wise about like the process of acting, and he's done like, I know he just recently retired, I believe, but like he's like 90 years old. And he's done like 500 movies. So how could how did you not respect that?
He really has. I think he's done 5. I think that's the number, 500 movies. The other thing too, speaking about cocaine, if you say the phrase "my cocaine," it sounds like Michael Caine with a British accent, right?
Yeah,
my cocaine.
You know,
right?
So that's there's another check mark, right?
The synergy is amazing. We only have 30 seconds, so listen. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Go buy the book. Once the movie's made, go see the movie. And then look out for these. So this is written already. Like where does this?
So the pilot's been written. That'll be what I'm hoping for number 2. The next project with Sinister City Films, which is my production company, and it's gonna be a really amazing kind of coming of age college episodic. My plan is to write 40 episodes.
Oh wow,
so 10 episode seasons for 4 seasons. That was always my goal going in, to make it really exciting and really fun, but not have it can't drop off. Like we've seen a lot of shows over the years where the first 3 seasons are phenomenal, and then the story gets kind of watered down and people kind of lose interest. I want, when it ends, I want people to say, "Oh, I wish there was more." You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah,
Dexter
that's a good point.
classic. If Dexter ended after Trinity, it would have been the greatest show that ever graced our TV screens. If ever you need a young Filipino demon, I have one for you right here. So, I don't know. One of the episodes. Oh shit, we're cut off. Okay. Listen, Matt, do me a favor, stay around in the green room, but I have to log off because LinkedIn kicks us off. So anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, America. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.